Hello, students, and welcome to week 5. I can't believe that we are already at week 5. I am so excited because this week we're going to dig into working on syllabi, and I am really looking forward to seeing what you think about this week. It is no easy task to build a syllabus, and you have some excellent resources that are going to help you do this. One of the things, though, that I notice is that we're missing a critical resource in our course, and that is the WPA outcomes. So these WPA outcomes are writing program administrators outcomes that are pretty generic, but they are used across the United States in writing courses. Now, they are used at the college level, but interestingly, I know that they line up pretty well with the Common Core outcomes. So when you look at them, even if you have not taught at the college level, they might look pretty familiar to you. So I'm going to post those WPA outcomes in our course chat area so that you can access those and review those. Those are the most common outcomes for writing courses across the United States. Now they are built specifically for freshman writing courses, but as I said, they line up very well with Common Core, so they can guide you even if you're building a syllabus for a high school class. And they can also guide you if you're building a syllabus for an upper level or graduate level, because the core principles will be the same. You would just adjust depending on the level. So I'm going to post those. I think those will be a great help for you. I think that you will find them interesting, and I know it's important for those of you who are interested in teaching at the college level for you to know what those outcomes are and to be familiar with them. And really, if you are teaching at the high school level as well, you probably really should know what those are and be familiar with them as well, because of course some of our tasks as high school teachers is to prepare students for college level writing. So I think that you'll find those helpful. One of the things that I want you to think about as you build your syllabus is to think about, number one, the requirement that this should be expository writing. So some of you in your journals talked about doing narrative writing, and you want to be aware that narrative and expository are a bit different. So narrative is obviously the storytelling structure. Expository is a little more point by point structure. With that said, there's a blend where you can do some of both, and there's a way to take narrative structure and use an expository kind of structure. So I'm willing to be really lenient with that, but that's just something to keep in mind, that the requirements for the course do have an emphasis on expository writing. So that's something to keep in mind. And I think that, as you're building that, what I would like for you to think about is one of the struggles that students have in terms of writing instruction is, as I've talked about before, transfer of skill. So one of the biggest criticisms that our field faces, and this has been a criticism for a while, and we're struggling with it. I think we're doing better, but what happens is that students will take our writing classes and then go into other courses where they have to write and just flail around and have a lot of struggles writing in different situations. So as we've talked about before, one of our goals is to help better prepare students to write in different situations, so that it's not just about them doing well in your particular class, that it's about giving them tools that they need to succeed no matter where they're going to be writing. And that's where the rhetorical emphasis comes up. You'll see that strong rhetorical emphasis in the WPA outcomes. So this is a national focus to have a rhetorical emphasis on writing instruction because it is more effective. With that said, within that, you have the challenge of high school students who are coming into college, some of whom who have taken the AP test and will not take a writing course in college. Then they go into courses where they have to do papers, their science classes, their psychology classes, all the social sciences, business classes, healthcare classes, and they have to write. And the last time they have been taught to write, they were writing about literature. It's very different to write about literature than it is to write for nursing, for example. So these are things I want you to keep in mind as you're building your syllabus. What are some things that you can do to give students skills to make them more versatile? So you can't teach them to write for nursing, to write for business, to write for science, to write for psychology, to write for anthropology, to write for history, but you can give them a strong, flexible rhetorical foundation so that they have the tools that they need to make those adjustments as they go and as they encounter them. So that is my challenge to you, because that is our challenge as a field, and I look forward to seeing what you think. So this week again, we don't have a discussion. We just have the work that you'll be doing your projects. For the course syllabus, you're going to be creating a course description and then 3 to 5 course outcomes, which, like I say, I think those WPA outcomes will help you tremendously. You can choose which ones you want to focus on, do some blending, and then a course outline. I do have a course outline that I developed that I will share with you. It's for a freshman composition course, but it will give you an idea. It uses only open source readings, which is nice because textbooks are a big issue at the college level anyway because they're so expensive, as some of you know very well. So it's an open source syllabus, and so, or course outline I should say, so I think that you will like it, and I will post that as well. So look for those additional resources. Good luck creating your syllabi. I hope that my little talk here about our challenges and struggles will be helpful. I know there's a lot to think about, but you have great minds, and I look forward to seeing how you solve some of our struggles in the field of writing. And I look forward to seeing what your course outlines look like. Thank you so much. Have a great week, everyone.